Hey, welcome back, Math Gurus. In today's video, we're going to be practicing finding slope of a line. Okay, so what I want to refresh your memory is slope is just how steep a line is. And then I also want to bring to your attention that when you read a line or a graph, you start from the farthest left point and you kind of follow through. And so let me show you, if you look at the screen, you'll notice I just started at just a random point on this line, and as I trace it, you notice it's going down. So a lot of times kids get confused if it's going down or if it's going up, because I remember hearing as a kid, rise over run. But the problem with that I see as a teacher is kids think that they're all rising. In this case, it's not. So if we're going to use something to kind of help us remember, I kind of feel like the triangle is the way to go. So if your slope is a positive slope, meaning it starts from the left and it moves up, I recommend a triangle be placed on top of the line. Now, if the line is a negative slope, then I recommend the triangle being on the bottom. So let me show you what that means. So these points are already selected, or the ordered pairs, which is great for us. That's not typical, but we're going to go ahead and use them. So you'll start from the farthest left point, and then instead of rising, you're actually going down. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you count spaces and not lines. And then you always will run to the right. So if you use the triangle that I say, with the triangle being on top if it's positive, and then a triangle being on the bottom if it's negative, you always run to the right. So if we're going to use a trick, let's use one that is beneficial. Okay, I think. I'm sorry, maybe you don't. Now, your change in Y is your vertical change, which a lot of time, which is where your rise comes from. And then your change in X, which is your vertical change, is 6. Okay, this simplifies to negative half. This isn't the only way to find slope of a line. You can use a slope formula. I'll post another video about using this slope formula. That's definitely my least favorite. I've noticed some of my kids are struggling with the triangle. You can also grab some ordered pairs, these same ordered pairs if you'd like, and just create a table. You've been doing tables since probably about 4th grade. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my ordered pair. So negative 2 is my X. And then 4 is the Y. So that's the first ordered pair. I have to list that first because you still have to go from left to right. The second ordered pair is 1, 2, 3, 4 for X. And then 1 on Y. Okay, so if you need some refreshers on graphing, I should have some. Just check out some of my other videos. Now we're going to use the table. How does 4 become 1? Take away 3. How does negative 4 go all the way to 6? 4, it is add 6. And so you still ended up with negative 3 over 6. You're changing Y. Sorry, that looks pretty bad. Still ends up with negative half. All right, let's do one more example for the video. If you notice, this one is going up. And so I said the triangle should be on top of the line. I guess you don't have to. It's just, for me, it's helpful. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We went up 6. And in this case, we actually rised. But we're going to run twice to the right. So your change in Y was 6. And your change in X was 2. So when you simplify it, it's 3. You can use the triangle. You can even, a table is what I meant to say, or the slope formula. It's whatever works for you. But either way, you still ended up with 3. The table, you would have just listed the order pairs. The only problem with that is sometimes kids get confused. And I see that happening when they finding rate of change or slope. We've been told X comes first. It does on an ordered pair and on a graph. However, when you're doing rate of change or slope, it's change in Y over change in X. So the next ordered pair is 2 for X. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now how does 2 become 8 plus 6? How does 0 become 2 plus 2? You still ended up with the change of Y, 6, and a change of X, 2. And your rate of change is still 3, which would, if you were doing an equation, slope-intercept, it'd be M. Just wanted to let you know. Thanks for watching. If this video helped, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, or even drop a comment.